Hello survivors, and welcome to episode 12 of our Overlord series. In today's episode we are playing the Legionnaire. We are going to be running a poison thrust build. It's going to be really cool and fun to play, poison being completely busted. So runes, we're running weapon expert, endless refill and reroll mastery, multicast mastery, synergetic, war tank, and then critical mastery. Now the critical mastery is because we have form in the build but we do not get aptitude, and because of that, running the critical mastery means that at least we're going to get a little bit more crit damage multiplier without having to spec points into it. And then we are going to be running his third weapon using corrosive spear and purging slam, both corrosive spear applying poison and then purging slam destroying things that have poison on them, both giving us a vigor, which means we are going to get more life. And then with thrust we're going to be running on guard, quick strike, sharp spear and spear trap, most of them giving us a form exposed. We get bulwark for the block. And then the nice thing about the Legionnaire is if we ever look at his skill tree, somewhere over here, there it is, when we cast any skill we have a chance to gain retaliate. When we hit 20 stacks of retaliate we reduce the damage received by 20 and cast one of our skills back at the attacker instantly. Now this means this cast can also, I believe, multicast as well as land up proccing skill chains and things like that. So really cool that he has retaliate. And if you do look when you're playing and look at his actual character, when we get hit from that retaliate, it does actually say, you know, retaliate on the character. So pretty cool, pretty strong. Really fun to play with the Legionnaire currently because obviously poison is very strong. Now he does have an electric weapon, and I know I haven't done anything electric wise. I think we're going to land up doing something electric on the barbarian. It was a comment yesterday on one of the videos, you know, someone was asking why don't I use electric. It's not that it's weak, it's just that there are other things that are stronger than it right now that make this a lot easier. Now I am playing on the hardest danger, the hardest curse. So I want to make this as, you know, quick and easy as possible, and electric can do it, but it's not quick and it's not easy, and it's actually the damage is so low that your catapults actually deal the most amount of damage to absolutely everything compared to it. So I don't know, it's a much of a muchness really. We're going to go and apply more poison. There's sharp spear, fantastic. Cast frequency, of course we will grab some of those as well. We're not going to be looking for burn, so we can get rid of those. I should have maybe taken that, but it's okay. The slow, because we could get some disarray from that, but it's not the end of the world. And then because we do get quite a lot of form, we're going to get form to finesse, which is going to be very helpful for us. Or form to haste, and then we do have another skill that provides us with haste, and then it goes haste to finesse. Alright, there's sharp spear. See, we got haste on sharp spear. And there was spear trap, not sharp spear. So as you can see, the beginning very slow. We do need a lot more poison, we do need a lot more damage, but we will get there. Area of effect is going to be very good. We want the area of effect on... actually, that doesn't have to happen. Grab the poison, grab the area of effect. We could run acid rain as well, and we're not running improved repository. We don't need the extra skills. It just gives us a little bit more damage as well, because we will be running those. Actually, talking about that, we might go acid rain over grabbing something like quick strike, because quick strike gets form, but we're not planning on proccing as much movement speed, so it's not really necessary. But my mind is deciding on so many different things at the moment while we're busy getting them. So we're going to grab the on guard there. We do have to waste a lock, ban the Leviathan, grab the damage increase over there. And let's see what we can get over here. So like I mentioned, I think getting acid rain might be better. We do have form. We do have one skill with haste, which means that we don't need to use the quick strike either. I think that's going to be better because that's going to allow us a lot more, and it is physical. So every time we get a physical upgrade, it's just not going to get an increase to spear trap if we get a legendary, and that's okay. And then this one is going to be one of the ones where we do land up leveling up the damage that poison applies. And the reason for that is that's going to increase the amount of damage that Purging Slam can do, because the more poison that we can apply, the more damage it will do, because it deals more damage based on how much poison was going to be applied to enemies. So we want to increase that amount. Right, we need 17 of these so we can get a turret up and running, or a catapult, sorry. And then, like I mentioned, you're going to see that these catapults are actually going to be dealing a lot of damage. But you can already see that to the bosses and stuff, we are dealing a whack ton of damage already, which is fantastic. Not too worried about taking hits, because as you can see, we do have quite a lot of block chance, thanks to our Bulwark as well as War Tank, and then just Legionnaire just being naturally tanky. Alright. Damage, we can go thrust to slam. That's not really necessary though. Thrust to nature will be better, so we'll leave that for now. I might change my mind a bit later about it, but for now we're going to keep these. Damage increase for area, we don't need. Movement speed's fine. Cast frequency on this, for now I think we're going to leave it. We're going to grab that. Form to haste is great, as well as a cast frequency there. Crit chance for them, that's beautiful. We need the poison upgrade too. And there we go. So that's going to give us a little bit more of a fighting chance right now. We should see bigger poison numbers now. There we go. And we should start seeing some bosses dying as well. So there we took a retaliation hit. I think, as you could see the wording, it does say retaliate on the character. So at least you do know when you are retaliating, which is a really nice thing as well. And then you'll keep seeing my life jumping up and down. That's because of vigor. It doesn't permanently raise your life. It's only for a certain amount of time. So it is going to be like an up and down thing. But the more cast frequency and finesse we get eventually, multicast, we will start seeing those numbers being higher and higher and higher. So that's not a bad thing. Alright, we get another catapult up, and we can start seeing Purging Slam doing great things for us over here. We are trying to... oh wait, no, the tower's down here. We just want to get rid of this tower. There we go. Doing some good things for us. More poison, more damage over time. Again, more poison. As you can see, our crit, we're on 72%, which means that we're getting like what, 14, just over 14 percent multi crit damage, which is okay. It's not the best, but as we keep going up and up and up with the damage or the form, the more that we'll get for the crit damage as well. So it kind of works really well, and you can get some ridiculous numbers of form. We can get to about 2,000 stacks of crit. There is a hard cap where the numbers just become like a number and it doesn't actually do anything for you. And the soft cap is 800 stacks, and then the hard cap is 1,000. So you can only crit 10 times with a single attack. And but we can still, you know, make more than that apply to our damage, our crit damage. So if you do get more than 2,000 form, at least it is helping you with the crit damage amount. I don't think crit damage has a set total, or you know, an amount that you that's capped, but I could be wrong there. Alright, it would be nice if we could find ourselves another, what's the word I'm looking for, another dash, because it hurts a little bit getting hit all the time here now. Okay, crit chance over there. We're going to banish the fire. I'm going to grab some of that, some cast frequency. Area of effect's going to be fantastic. Grab ourselves some poison, and then, ooh, I want both of these. I'm using a lot of locks over here this time. Usually I don't use so many, but this time we're using quite a lot. And then more poison. So again, we don't need damage from most of our skills, we just need poison, and then damage will come from the Purging Slam. And that's the only skill that we need to grab as much damage on as possible. As much as possible. Alright, we only have one more catapult to go and get. And then obviously as we do like the other cycles, it will be a lot quicker because we're going to land up putting more points into getting the sieges, you know, dropping of the siege blueprints. So we'll start getting them before, hopefully before bosses spawn. So we'll see how much we get. I think we're going to need quite a huge amount for that. So I don't think it's going to be worth it, but if we do get them, we get them, and if it does work out, then that's a good plan. So usually I go to about 50% with these kinds of things, but I think we might need more than 50 on the Legionnaire, especially to get it before the bosses start spawning. But once we get closer to the end of the run, we'll be able to see just how much we actually needed. There's actually a lot of blueprints chilling down here that we didn't even know about. I mean, not blueprints, yeah, blueprints, they are blueprints. So now we're going to go and use them on the final one. There we go. And that's the last catapult, so we don't see that anymore. Grab the life, all damage over there. We need some more movement speed, the block power as well, because we are running War Tank. We could probably change War Tank, but you know, that survivability that we get is just too good. To pass up. You don't really want to not be taking it. And then luckily we were able to dodge the Kamehameha blast over there, and the damage from Purging Slam is enough to untap the rest of the bosses. So very good. Very slow start like I mentioned, but as soon as we start getting there, as long as we can get into the Overlord cycles, so as long as we beat, I think it's 14 minutes, then we should be okay with getting the rest of it. It's just the very beginning. The starting point of it is very slow. I think as soon as we start getting into those Overlord cycles, you'll see it's going to be going a lot faster. Also, grabbing ourselves as much cast frequency is going to be very good for us. Alright, so now we're going to corner it up. It does help with the catapults hitting things more often. As you can see, that's also the acid rain doing quite a bit of damage over there. But just very good at applying the poison. Unfortunately, he gets burn on hit, which would have been nice if he didn't get anything. Maybe if he got distracted on hit, that would have been cool. But also, don't make the mistake. I did take the one slow because you want to have disarray, and I went and banished it. So that was a mistake on my behalf, which you don't want to do. Alright, so here we're actually we were in a really bad spot there, but luckily we do enough damage, and we blocked enough damage to not really have to worry about it too much. And you can see we managed to kill the bosses a lot faster than previously. So as long as everything's clamped up, we should be very good to go. We are not picking up anything else. We want to just kind of get this done quickly. Area of effect on Purging Slams, very good. Grab the damage for poison. Yeah, I think damage right now is very good. Grab one of those. Grab a lethality just because it's going to increase our crit damage. Not that we need it, because if we go and look now, we're on a 100% crit chance, but that's just going to keep going higher and higher. As soon as we get... oh, we've already got a haste to finesse, but as soon as we start getting more cast frequency, I mean, we can get this to 0.2 if we really tried hard. If we get a lot of cast frequency, then that's going to help. Multicast will make it go a lot higher as well, but we just need those numbers up so that we can do more. The more poison, the more damage, and the faster it goes. I'm actually sure the catapults are probably going to be like the second most damage dealt right now. That's just how it is with them in the very beginning of the run. And they also provide Shattered, which the Legionnaire doesn't have any other way. So you don't have to worry about getting like a slam skill like Armor Shatterer or anything like that for the Shattered. It's all in his, you know, kit already. Right, we do have to move out the corner. This is quite dangerous, if I don't say so myself. But this is the last fight. They both should pop. Yeah, the one popped at least. The other one will pop very soon though, because he's very aggressive and coming towards us. Oh, we retaliated so much there. So there we go, 11 minutes, we did do it in time, but let's get straight into the Overlord and keep going from there. We finally actually got another Swift. It took us a whole 4 cycles to do it, but we managed to get it. We're also running, it is 75% increased siege expert chance. As you can see, even on Overlord cycle 4, we only managed to get 4 of them up. It really isn't going to happen, so I wouldn't even worry about the ascension. Yeah, this is actually really strong, as you all would have guessed. Purging Slam dealing a whack ton of damage. We'll take a look at the damage numbers right at the end, so stay tuned for that. But again, it's probably a lot better than the electric. Like I mentioned, electric can be very good, but because on this specific character there's no damage dealt per like electric stack or per whatever it may be for electric, we don't have anything to really do with it. So there's nothing based on crit or anything like that to stack damage or to deal more damage. So it really will be far beyond this or the Purging Slam. I mean, you can already see even at a cycle 5 how Purging Slam, if you're not directly hitting the bosses, can deal a little bit of damage to them. But as soon as you focused on them, it instantly destroys their faces. So, you know, there's that happens. Grab a little bit more over there. We want the poison. We're not so interested in this. We can grab it one more. It doesn't hurt. Then they're all over 100%. Grab block. Again, a lot more poison. And keep going from there. So right now, I think the focus is going to end up being just poison and then a lot of block chance, just so that we've got that survivability on our hands. But you can see what a mess this whole thing is. You can't even focus on your ascension. You have no idea where everything is, what everything looks like. And if you do focus on that, you probably will die. So we can't focus on that. You can see we have already taken so much damage. We don't have any healing in this build. So we kind of got to just rely on not taking the damage. But it's difficult. It's not easy. Alright, even more finesse, that's fantastic. We're going to grab the cast frequency, we grab the merciless. Do we need expansive? I think we can grab that one. It doesn't hurt to have more AoE in the build. And we might have to, if we lose a life or two, we might have to turn the visuals right off just so I can actually focus on what's going on. We do have a lot of movement speed. That could be causing a lot of problems for us. But again, it's mostly just because we can't actually see what's going on because of all of the visuals. More than anything else, the damage is there. We've got the damage to kill. They've got the damage to kill us. So it's about who's going to kill who first over here. I don't even know what... you know, we've actually got 2 of the catapults up without even realizing it. It just happened naturally. So as long as we keep moving around, running around, picking things up, I think the catapults will end up going up eventually, but again, we don't need them. They do give armor shattering, so it can be very good to have, but if you don't use them, it's really not the end of the world, I don't think, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Now, Purging Slam's area of effect is weird. It doesn't look like it's hitting very far, but I do think it does actually hit more than what it looks like on your screen, so do keep that in mind as well. I don't know what we need. We do not need more haste. I'm not going for more haste over here. If we go for more haste, I'm gonna cry because we'll just be moving way too fast. We can grab more multicast chance, we can increase the amount of poison, more cast frequency, and let's get going. I don't even know how many stacks of poison. I don't know. You guys can maybe let me know down in the comment section what's the highest stack of poison you see. I cannot focus on that right now while I'm trying to survive this all, so I can't look at how much they've got if I want to live. I mean, look how fast we're moving because of all the haste that we're getting. Luckily we got rid of that one haste. Luckily we actually have a double dodge. I think I even forgot that we had a double dodge at the moment. Lost one life. You can see we're sitting on 278% right now. If you times that by 2.5, not 2.5, but you know, if you get 25% of that, we're looking at over 50% at least crit damage increase. So that's good. But again, not, I mean, the damage we're dealing is, yeah, it's nice. Purging Slam. Nice amount of damage over there. Alright, but here it is, on to Overlord 6. This is a really, I don't know, this movement speed is just whack, man. Getting so much haste onto your build is actually ridiculous. And you can see how much life we get, and that's because of Vigor. Just look how much it goes up to. We're getting to about 450, 470. It all goes up and down depending on how much Vigor we have. So if you land up getting a build, or, you know, if you get a skill that works off of how much life you have, then you could run it with this, maybe with skill mastery in the future, if that's something you'd like to see, like how much damage you can push out with that with using Vigor. So maybe you grab a poison Vigor build or something like that, and you run that skill. I think it's like not shield bash, but there is one, I think one of the bashes have it where it works off of how much life you have, but there is definitely a skill that works off of that, or it might be one of the Beastmaster skills, because I know Cave Bear increases your amount of life. So they were like, oh well, because that happens, we can go and increase the amount of life damage based off of life. Alright, so you can see again, damage is there, but we just aren't able, because we you know, don't have enough block chance and any healing, we can't stay close enough to them. Purging Slam's area of effect is just not hitting where it needs to. So I don't know if it's very frontal. So you can see that it looks like it's a sharp knife edge coming out there. Makes it very difficult to aim it, especially when you don't have a lot of, like that big purple weird punch thing that you're seeing is the Purging Slam. So very difficult to get it to be like, oh okay, well we're actually hitting you with the Purging Slam. You can see it hits enemies when they are away, but if we go and let them gain more poison stacks, then it is going to do more damage. However, that we're not gaining enough poison stacks, even though we do about 300 per stack over there. Maybe more poison and more damage will be necessary. We did lose another life, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We can't really do much about that. Oop, we nearly died there. Oh, we did die there. Alright, well we did make it to Overlord 6, which is really good, but I think if we had a bit more poison or anything like that, maybe a bit more armor, or whatever the case may have been, we would have been that little bit stronger. But 2.5 trillion damage over there from Purging Slam. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.